Hey, Ashish bhai. Hello. Hello, Ashish. Hello, Dai. Ashish bhai. No, that's me.
Hey, Abdullah.
How you doing?
Good. Just you and me?
Yeah, just you and me, my friend. You want me to teach you?
So how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
I start another class with another company. Like I'm doing both of them at the same time.
I didn't get you properly. Can you say it again?
I said like I start another class with another company, like for Python,
Uh-huh.
and like I'm doing them both at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So like when I finish this, I will continue that one, finish that one, and get like two at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
Yes.
Venu, how are you?
Ashish speaking, man.
Oh, Ashish, man, you sounds like a Venu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then I
Oh.
teach you today.
Why not?
Okay. Thank you.
Hmm.
So, Ashish, how you doing?
Good.
So we have two Ashish here?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Hey, Venu.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Good evening. Good evening.
Okay. Till last class, any doubts?
Mhm.
No. Let's go for other things. Fine. One second, guys.
Good evening, Venu.
Hey, good evening. So tomorrow I'll share that document, whatever we are talking about, questions to write the queries. Okay. I have some sample actually. I will try to share with you guys tomorrow. So till Wednesday, I will not available. So meanwhile, you guys can practice them. Okay.
So will you be taking the class on Wednesday or after Wednesday?
Most probably Wednesday. If I'll update you on that day. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Even I'm also thinking to finish it off as soon as possible. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, let me know if you're able to see. Okay. Today we'll write cursors. Okay, how to use the cursors and how to get the data, how to insert the data into the tables. Okay. Okay. We have employee data here, right? How many records we have here? Around 23 records, right? Okay. Now we need to write a program, okay, to capture the data from this table and insert into the another table actually. Okay, I want to insert this data into another table. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to fetch data from here and going to insert in the different table.
Insert into the table. First, we'll write the points actually. What are the points we need to do? First, extract data from EMP table. First step. Okay. Then first thing we have to create a table. One new table actually. Okay. Create a new table. And extract the data from EMP table. Write a program to load the data the program to extract the data from EMP and load into the new table. Okay, new table. Okay, these three things we have to do. Oh, only two things only. Okay, one is we have to create new table, and another one is we have to write a program for that to load the data into the table by using cursors. Okay. Okay. Create a table. Create a table. EMP load. Okay, EMP load. We can create like this. EMP load. Select start from EMP where 1 equal to. Why I'm giving 1 equal to 2 here, guys?
To not satisfy the condition.
No idea.
Nothing will return here, right?
Yes.
So we need empty table actually. That's the reason. If I comment this part and then execute this command, right? Till here, if I execute this command, load the data completely. Load and create the table. Create a new table with data, employee table data. Okay. To avoid this one, just I am creating now. See here, we created, right? Table created now. Just see the data. If you have any data here or not.
So what is the new table created?
Employee load table.
Oh, employee load. Okay.
Okay, I created the table from the employee table actually. Okay, so that if I'm not giving that condition, it will create with the data. Okay, I don't want data, just I want empty table. Okay, so that drop table empty underscore load, and then I'm going here and create table. Okay, now I dropped the table and then recreate the table again. Okay, select start from empty load. Okay, now we don't have any data here. Now we need to write a program actually. Okay, declare. First we need to do what declare and create a structure first, and then and
Quick question. So when we're using this syntax that create table EMP load as select and then from EMP where 1 equal to 2, so that means we're going to create a table with the same attribute name.
Same structure.
Yeah, same structure, but no data.
No data. Yes.
Okay.
So when you need, for example,
so like my question is like right now like that we're creating a new table with the same attribute name, but in what type of condition we usually do this? Because because we have already that attribute name with the table, so in what condition we create the new table like this and we extract the data from the old one and put the new one in the new one?
I'll tell you here. Okay, consider we need to alter a column name. Okay, so let me explain this something. Here, employee name, we have just 10 characters here, right? Okay. So now if you want to increase that length, okay, alter table EMP.
It doesn't let us do that.
What is that? Sorry.
I mean, yeah.
Modify column name what? E name where char true of.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
But this will be done for the EMP table, right?
It allows actually because
we are increasing
actually. Okay. For example, 5, 10, 8, 10, right? It is 10 right now. It allows 10. See here, what I say, cannot decrease the length of the length because of value greater than 5 characters. Then ename greater than 5 characters actually. We have something. Okay. Now your requirement is 5 only, right? Your requirement is 5 only. Just consider the example only. This one. Don't think this is the scenario. Okay, this is the example. Now we need to alter it. Alter the structure. This is one scenario. Before that, you need to empty the table first of all.
Right.
Okay, you need to empty the table. You should not lose the data, so that you need to move the data into some other table actually. Okay, you need to move the data into some other table. Consider this is the situation for us now. Okay, I'm not dropping any table. I'm creating an employee temp table, kind of employee temp table. Okay, employee load table. We have employee load table now. I created a table now. So now what I'm going to do, I want the data. I am employee name with 5 characters. I want data with 5 characters only. I don't want full data. I want 5 characters only, right? Now we'll write the program. cursor C1 C1 select star from EMP, and from this table, okay, so see here, last one, we have 5 characters, last column name, okay, okay. So this I is a temp variable actually, temp variable. The cursor values are storing into the I variable dot. Now we have to load the data with employee number. Okay. I dot new underscore rename. Why I am inserting new underscore rename? Any
Because you need only the 5 characters, that is retrieving the only 5 characters.
correct. Employee name I'm loading into 5 characters only. Then I'm going to rest of all I'm going as is. Okay. Job, comma, I, comma, MGR, MGR, and I dot higher date, I dot sal, I dot DPT number, and I dot, that's all, right? DPT number is the last one for us. Not employee number, employee name, job, MGR4. Commission. Okay, we missed the commission here. Sal.
Yes.
I did sal and commission. I dot commission. I dot commission. Okay, now the process completed, right? Now check the data in this table. Data loaded or not? Guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay. See, the scenario is this one, what we are doing here, just we are getting data from this table, and the cursor is it will act as a variable actually. Okay. So what will happen here when you want to process more than one record? Okay. For example, if you want to update particular record, particular one row or one rows, then you will directly will go for normal update statement or insert statement, whatever it may be, right? But when you want to load the bulk amount of data, either insert or update or delete, whatever it may be, right? In the organization level, that requirement is different actually, because a lot of transactions will be there. Those transaction data we need to load into the tables, different tables, right? Because the transaction is happening in some source database and then loading into some target database actually. In target database, maybe in source database we'll have one table, the data will all data into one table. In target area, we need to split the data into different tables actually. Okay. For example, asset information and document information contains in a single table in the source database. Example, just I'm saying example, guys. Don't think about only document table and asset table, collateral kind of thing, collateral table kind of thing. Loan and collateral. Consider loan and collateral. Okay. Loan data and collateral information, everything will be in a single table in the source database. When it comes to target database, the tables will be split into the collateral database separate, collateral table is separate, and loans table is separate. Guys, just understand the simple scenario. Okay, so now we need to separate the data. Ideally, cursor is only one cursor actually. Cursor, we have to get the data from that can be loan information kind of thing, table, some source table, right? Source table, loan, consider as loan information. In the loan information table, everything will be there in the table. For example, this is normalized. It's not normalized. The data is not normalized actually. The data contains in the single table. Now we need to separate out into collateral data into separate table, and then loans information into separate table. Maybe some other codes, some reference data will be there, reference data stored into some other table. We have to split that way actually data, right? Now we are getting the data through cursor, whole data, okay, all the columns, and maybe some tables may have more than 200 columns also, right? We have to split into some data wise, we need to separate the tables actually, okay? Then when you get the data, only collateral data, we are getting full data into cursor. Based on the cursor data, we need to process into collateral table and loan table, two different tables actually. What is the collateral ID and collateral name and all those things will go to collateral table. And loan ID, loan amount, loan interest rate, and all those things will come into different table actually. Single cursor can be used here. Okay. First time what I'm talking about. Single table can capture that whole column, whole data and columns here, and then based on columns we'll update it here. For example, consider here collateral and loan information, right? Employee number, employee name into one table, and the rest of the information maybe we need to move to some other table. We can. It is also possible here. Okay. Guys, understand or not?
Yes. So before that, can you explain about a little bit that the syntax, like you wrote there a cursor C1. So what is that C1 means and is, and then like
Syntax is cursor Cursor is the keyword. Okay.
Right.
C1. C1 is your username. Any name you can give it here. Cursor name actually. Either C1, E1, D1, whatever it may be. That's up to you.
So that C1 is the kind of alias name of the cursor.
Name. Yeah. Name of the cursor.
Okay.
Okay. This is the syntax we have actually. Cursor is the keyword. C1, any name you can give it here. Cursor name. That is called cursor name here. Okay. Is the keyword again, and that linked query. What is the query you want? For example, it maybe depends on joins also. In the query we can have joins also. Okay. Some data we are fetching from employee table. Some data we are getting from department table. Okay. And then we are coming here and then loading the data into the department name and all those things we are loading into the other table actually, different table. Okay.
Okay.
And
What's the reason from creating a cursor?
sorry.
Like, what's the job of a cursor? Like, it's like a pointer.
It's not pointer actually. It's not kind of pointer actually.
Like which scenario we need cursor actually? Like which situation?
When you need to process more than one record, that time we require cursor actually. Process means either insert or update or delete any scenario. For
Okay.
example, if you want to insert more than one record, more than one record means we have to get the data from somewhere else and then relate to into normal insert. It is not for normal insert statement, guys.
And can you tell us about that select E dot star comma subtract E name? What is like
What is this command is doing here? The select query, what is it doing here?
Yeah, that's why I want to understand.
Right? Yes.
Okay.
The first 5 character display in a name field.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what is happening here is just instead of ename, direct ename, I inserted this ename into this table, employee load table. If you see this table, new name, I inserted new name actually here. I think it looks like confusion.
Yeah, I still don't get. I didn't get it, that line like star E. I mean select E star comma. So I still don't get that one. But other than that one, I understood.
Other than this one, you
That
understand,
one.
right?
Yeah, select E dot. So like, what is that exactly? Why we use that one over there?
E is nothing but alias of employee table.
Okay, and then dot star.
Dot star means star all the records.
All the record.
All the records. See
Uh-huh.
here, if you this query, okay. This is a confusion. Okay, fine, no problem. See here, right? This is the normal select query only. You already wrote alias and all those things, right?
Right.
It is equal to select star from employee. It is equal to select star from employee only.
Yeah, I understood that. That's a simple one.
Yeah. Then after I need a new column. That is for that purpose I wrote here extra column, one more column actually. Yes, I derived employee name took 5 characters actually.
Okay, so now I understood. So let me explain about that one. So that ename, we have more than 5 character in the previous table, right? So our requirement is now the
5
ename
characters.
5 characters. That's why you use that subtract. So
I'm
subtract
extracting in 5 characters from the employee table, employee ename actually.
Okay.
I'm getting employee name from here with 5 characters. That name I'm using here.
Okay, so if we don't need this kind of, if we don't have this kind of requirement, then we don't need that subtract
Not
ename, right? Just select E star from EMP. That's it.
The blindly, right? Even
Right.
I will give you one more example here. Okay. Here, employee table and department table. In employee table, we have the employee data and department number we have actually. Okay. Now, I need to load the data in the other table including department name also. I need department name. I don't want department number actually. I want department name. Okay. We'll work on this scenario.
Yes.
Is that fine?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's we have two table and we want to fetch the data
Or
from.
into single table. Understand or any questions here?
Mhm.
Imply data. Imply data. In column. DPT number 2. DPT underscore name. Okay. Now I renamed the column department number to department name. Okay. See here. And one more thing we have to do here, because department number is number column, number data type, right? Now I need to rename to now I need to change to varchar to column. Okay. Yes, this is a bit confusion. Don't worry. You can ask the questions. I'll explain you guys. Don't worry. Okay. DPT name varchar 2 of 50.
EMP data, not data.
Okay, now we added the column and edited. Now I need a department name here, right? Okay, fine. I don't want this one. D dot dpt d dot dname, right? And join dpt d using dpt number.
One question here, Vinod.
Go ahead.
So we don't have a DPT number, right? In that column, in the table.
Table we
Oh,
don't
okay.
require. We don't require.
Yes. No,
We don't
okay.
require DPT.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're joining a different table. I thought you're trying to join EMP underscore data. Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay. Now we got what are the information we required. We got it now. Okay. Now we need to load the data into employee data table. Just I'm changing the table name. Okay. And employee number, e name, and department name. I want D name. I dot D name. Okay. This is what I want.
And you have to
Right.
change it in the values before values.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot that why we put that I before that column name.
I is this variable. We are for loop. This is the variable, right?
And why are we using a loop over here?
Because every record, each and every record you need to process, right?
Mhm.
At a time, one record will be processed.
Okay, so it's like one like back to back. That's
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So this is the syntax for the for loop,
Yeah.
like for.
And still you need to know something about cursors actually. Cursors is what is the purpose I'm telling you guys, first of all, okay? Then after we'll write what are the parameters we have with that one, cursor parameters. How many types of cursors we have, all those things we have to discuss more in this actually. Cursors is the big topic here actually. Okay. And we have implicit cursors and explicit cursors. This is explicit. Okay. Implicit cursors also there, but they are automatically will fire. Oracle automatically will fire them when we are doing DML operations. They will fire automatically. You don't need to declare and you don't need to define anything there actually for that.
So every time if we using a cursor, we have to work with the loops.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have my number of records will be there, right? Number of records
Right.
will be there. You cannot process in a single record as a single record actually.
Okay.
You
So
need to
loop.
process by record only.
So
right?
like loop is you. I mean, by the loops we are getting all our records in once.
Yes. Actually, cursor, what it will do, right? Just hold the data. Yeah, it kind of pointer pointer actually. Cursor is a kind of pointer only. It holds the data, but when you define the cursor, nothing will be there. Just query will attach to that one actually. When you start processing that one, then only the data will load into the cursor, and then process the data. Each loop it will process the data actually. Other method also there to process the cursor actually. That is also I'll tell you, just for understand the purpose right now, and then we'll go into depth. We'll understand more about that. Okay. Now this is the thing, right? Just we are I write simple cursor. Data completed, right? Here. Okay. And if you want to process some selective data, we can process it. Some selective data you need to update. Sometimes you may need to update it, right? And the same data, we'll try to what we will do, employee table, we'll update something. And then when it matches, just it should update the data. Okay. When it matches, it should update the data. When record is not present in the database and in the table, it has to insert the data. Okay. Two conditions. Again, we need to write if else conditions here. Guys?
What was that? Can you say again? I didn't understand that one.
Data will be how it will be, right? This data, transactional data daily will get more data, right? Earlier we talked about merge. You remember that? Anyone remember that?
Yes. In first class, when you telling about the DDL commands.
Second class we talk about merge option actually. So same thing, but we will not use merge here. Okay. What we'll do here, right? Based on cursor data, we'll compare the data that ID is present in the target table or not. If it is present, it will update the record. If not present, insert the record. Here, if else conditions we'll use here actually usually. Okay. The block is like this actually. If before that we'll write a select query, just count of 1 from employee data where emp number equal to I.emp number, because I is the variable cursor data. Cursor data we need to match with this one employee number. When it matches, right? For example, now condition, right? Actually, this value will store into the variable actually. Value will store into the variable. Okay, employee number into L underscore CNT. Just I'm taking the count of that one. L underscore CNT is greater than 0, then update emp underscore data set ename. Just I'm updating ename only. Okay, ename equal to I dot ename where emp number equal to I dot emp number. Okay, this is the condition actually. Else I'm going to write here. Okay, begin loop should be inside actually. Sorry. Okay. I'm writing here, just update the record. Just tell count. I know we guys have a lot of questions about this today's class. Okay. I took the variable, L count variable. Okay. L count variable. This, why we are using this one is we need to find the count of record actually when record is present, or if record is present, then we need to return 1, otherwise it will return 0 by default, right? And loop. Okay. Else if, right? How we will write else if, right? If condition, then, okay, else, and if. This is the syntax, guys. Okay. And if you want to write else if, okay, instead of write else, right, you need to write else if, for example, else if condition, then, and else if condition, then, and last condition else we can write, or if you want you can write, otherwise you can ignore it actually. Directly you can close this and if. Okay, these two are syntaxes for if conditions. Okay, if else conditions. Okay. Okay, just use for this one. And if now I want to update employee table data before going to that one. Update. Okay, I want to update these two records actually. I want to update these two records. Okay. Update mp set ename equal to bd something where mp number equal to 888 And second one is ASFF, FDF, ASDFF, right? We can give some.
Venu, one question here. So
Yes, please.
EMP number is a primary key, right? So we don't we won't be having duplicates, correct?
We won't have duplicates.
Then how can so in your statement you write like a select count into where EMP number is equals to I equals to EMP number, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if it is
my motive is here, right? When record matches, we need to update the record. Okay, we need to update the record. But I mean, employee name. I'm updating employee name only here.
okay.
Right. When not matches, insert the data.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes, I understood that part. But here, if can you please run this query like select count from EMP underscore data where EMP number is equals to 888.
Can't run this, particularly I.EMP number, right? It will replace that cursor EMP number.
Yeah. So the cursor EMP number for the first one, probably it might be 4 8s, and next again it will have a loop. Again it will be 999, for example. So if the 999 is equals to 999, then how can the count will be more?
1 will be there. 1 or 0 will be there. It will not get more actually. Either 1 or 0 only written, right?
Yes, yes. 0 is nothing, so we don't have to update. 1 is to update, right?
1, sorry? 1 to be updated, 1 to be updated, 0 to be inserted.
Okay. Okay, then if we don't
actually
then how we'll get
no, it should be employee table, like it should be employee table EMP data, right?
So let me explain a little bit about that. What I have understood that Venu wants to update that record which we found. If we don't found that record, he want to insert that. So like like our primary key is 888. So query gonna find out that 888.
Let me explain here actually. One second. You're right. Whatever you are saying, that's correct only. Okay.
yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yes, yes. So basically now you're trying to insert the data in the EMP table, and once you are trying, and after that from the EMP table you are trying to get the count. If the count matches, then we are getting we are updating the EMP data table.
Correct. Actually, first load will not have data. Actually, first load will not have data, so that it will insert the data. Next load, when it's come to daily transaction, for example, consider transaction data, right? Next load data will be there already present in the database, right? Our requirement is daily transactions we need to load. If existing data, you should not load daily basis, right? We should not have duplicates in the table actually. So that case, just check that data is correct or not. If data presents, just update the record. Otherwise, it will insert the record. Just what are the columns you want to update? You update particular columns actually.
Yeah,
that we can do.
Yes,
right?
Yes. I mean,
now this case, right? Just I'm updating 2 records, 999 and 999. Yeah, these 2 records I'm updating. Old values are ASDFF, AFDS something. Now these 2 are starting with, one is starting with the B and one is starting with G. Okay.
So those are the new names.
Sorry, new names actually. I updated the employee name now. Now employee table, right? Employee table. If we go to employee data table, 9998. We go with star, right?
Will not have data.
Ideally, the name is record is there, but not name is different actually.
Yes.
Okay. After we execute the procedure, I mean procedure means PLC call block. You should update to GHERF.
Yes.
Okay. This is what we are expecting actually, and we'll insert some more data also. Insert into EMP number name, salary, hire date. Okay. These are the 4 columns I'm going to insert. Values of. In Wednesday class, I'll go in a little bit deep actually, so that you will be easily understand the things, right? So just understand the purpose right now. We'll explain more. I'm going to give 7799. I don't know. There are not. 8899. Okay. Name is the and salary. I'm giving 5K and date is date. This date. Okay. Okay, now we have 3 records extra. 2 records update and 1 record new record. Okay, so let me check 8899. We don't have any data for this one. Okay, so ideally, how many records we are having in employee table? Employee data table 23, I think. Now 19 records in employee table. Okay, department somewhere department, there is no department for them actually. That's the reason we are not inserted the records. Okay, we'll update the department number here, where DPT number equal to is null. Okay, these are the records we don't have department number actually. We'll update the department number here. Okay, update. MP set PPT 20. Here PPT number is null. Now I updated everything. Okay, now we have nothing for null records, right? So okay. Now we process the data. If we process the data, when record is not present in the table, that will insert into the table. That is one thing we have to do. And when it matches, it should update that. It should update that employee name. Okay, these are the 2 things we are going to do now. Okay, just your understanding purpose. Where is the cursor? We can see. We are in update loop. Okay.
And these all syntax we have to write under the begin, right?
Sorry.
So these all syntax we have to write down inside the begin.
Begin. Why are you writing in begin block? Is we are executing that statement actually. That means we are not declaring anything. Okay.
Right.
We are processing the record, so that we are writing all the queries which we need to process. Those should be in begin block. Okay. Still, I didn't write the exception block here. Okay.
Yes.
So this is what now. Okay. Now before that, I need to set server output on set echo. And ideally, we need 24 records now in this after this execution, right? See here. So this is insert record, first record, second,
Insert
and this one.
2, insert and okay.
Here 3, 4, and 5. So overall 24 records, right? 5 inserts we have, and rest of all updates. Okay.
Yeah.
Now see the data, and and 999 is the new record. Sorry, this is not new record. These two are updated. See here, the names are updated.
Mm.
And this is the new record we inserted here. Okay, which are not processed earlier. Those records also inserted, which are we don't have department number, so that we got so that it's not inserted first run. So that now it matches to employee table. Clear?
Kind of.
Kind of. I know. Because you need actually cursors we little bit tough actually. Once we understand this one, right, that's very easy. Then after, right?
Yes.
But understand this purpose of the cursors actually. Why do we need to do the cursors? Mainly when we are processing multiple records means more than one record, we'll go for cursors. Particular scenario, we need to get some data from multiple tables, and then we need to push into one table, or we need to update multiple tables. These type of scenarios we'll use cursors actually.
And
Okay?
and then do we use these for the normalized our table too?
Yeah, for example, source data is not normalized tables. We need to process into that data. We need to process into multiple tables. We can use cursor. So that case also we can use cursors actually. Get the data full data into cursor, then process it into multiple tables. Each, for example, now we have only one insert statement, right? This type of insert statement, multiple, we can write it based on conditions. We can write it.
When
How
we
write like if else conditions? Same way we can write actually.
Okay, and so just a quick question, one more. Like when we normalized our table, so at that time we have to divide our single the big single table to different small tables. So at that time we have to change our attribute name too. So that also work from cursor.
Yes.
Okay.
Change attribute names, and also you have to do it externally. Then whatever you want to load, we can load it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Cursor can process. Cursor we use to process the data only. The structure changes and all those things we have to do it externally.
Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yes.
Any DDS you can do externally. If you want to process any DML kind of thing, multiple operations, then we have to go for cursors and all those things. We can use that.
All right.
And then we can process the parameter in cursor also. We can process based on input. It will cursor will keep on changing actually. For example, the process is insert. For example, based on category. For one category, if it is multiple categories, we'll in procedures, right? We'll pass the parameter actually, the process name. Category name, right? Based on that category, pull the data from other tables or something else. We can do that. That way also we can write. I will explain that one. Don't worry about it. When we go to procedures, right, you can understand easily.
So before we close our class, can you set that syntax in chat?
Yeah, I can do that. WhatsApp or
whatever you feel is WhatsApp be fine.
Cursor, right? Cursor syntax, right?
Yeah, whatever you just wrote over here. Because, yeah,
Clear
because
in the clear block.
right.
Cursor cursor name, cursor name.
You can simply copy and paste over here.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Cursor name and select query. Example. Cursor given is start from EMP. Okay.
That works.
Anything else, guys?
When I actually I wanted that all those like attribute names, everything, so I can take a look. Yeah, for the like that. Right there. Right there. That's it. Thanks.
No problem. The practice just understand that cursor purpose. Then we'll while writing, right? While writing and what is the parameter? Different times. Sometimes we need to open the cursor and then we need to close the cursor. Actually, that's the way actually. For loop, you know, in for loop, if you use for loop, you no need to open the cursor. You no need to close the cursor manually. Automatically, it will open and close. It will happen. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, Venu, can you please tell like what is the difference between the implicit and explicit cursors?
Implicit cursors are is automatically will fire when we are writing DML operations, right? Automatically will fire. We can use it. Those will starts with SQL percentile, and then you have to if you want to see the row count, you can write row count, or if you want to use open kind of thing, there are four or five attributes are there actually. Those we have to we can use it.
Okay, will you do an example?
Yeah, actually, for example, while using update statement, you don't know how many records got updated in the above query, right?
Yes.
That type of situation, you can write SQL percentile row count before commit. Always remember that before commit, you have to use implicit cursors. You cannot use after commit actually. Okay. This type of scenarios, you can find the how many records got affected by above query. We can update that one actually. The counter will return that how many records are updated with that one.
Okay. Is it possible for you to give a like example tomorrow?
Yes, most probably I'll connect tomorrow. Implicit cursor I'll explain tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Please.
Okay. The four attributes were there. The four attributes we can finish it off tomorrow. And explicit cursors will take time and then finish it. Start from Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday we'll finish it off. Both the things.
Okay. Right? So we have like open, fetch, and close, right?
Right.
So
that is one way. That is one way.
Okay. That is for implicit or explicit, or can we do it for both?
Explicit.
Oh, okay. Explicit. Okay.
Implicit will not open. Will not close anything. Oracle will fire automatically.
Okay. Yeah. Please give an example like tomorrow.
Sure. Implicit will finish it tomorrow. Explicit will talk about. We'll talk on Wednesday.
Okay. So what we did now is an explicit, right?
Yes, this is explicit. If you are using for loops or open fetch statement, these are all are explicit cursors only, not implicit cursors.
Okay.
Okay. And we need to talk about user-defined exceptions, predefined exceptions also. While writing programs, right? We need to talk about this one also. This is also important concept for us. Okay. Hello.
Yes. Yes. Venu.
Yeah. That's all for today. We'll stop here and then we'll start tomorrow.
Venu, one more quick question. Can you go a little bit up in a begin part?
Mm-hmm.
So begin part, like if we're using a loop, so first we have to write. We have to write the syntax for the cursor, and then whatever we're trying to fetch, we write that syntax, right?
Right. See, the cursor is the C1
Oh,
actually here.
declare. Yeah, on declare.
C1 declared, right? Declare in declared block is the cursor declared here.
Right.
And then the cursor we are using here, cursor C1, right? C1 we declared here, and then we are using here this one.
Okay, so cursor goes to declare part.
Right.
Okay.
First, we need to declare into the cursor.
So
And
what
we have another way also. We don't need to write cursor also here in loops, right? We don't need to write. Sometimes we don't need to write cursor also actually. Instead of C1 directly, we can write the select query here actually.
Yes, sir, right. We go step by step. So for now,
Yeah.
so for now,
Yeah.
like
Overload.
right. So for now, what I'm trying to understand that on declare, you use a cursor, and after that, you use a join, right? Two tables.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
See, cursor query can have anything actually. Either join query or a single query. Anything you can write it actually. Okay. You can join n number of tables and then get the data into n number of tables into one cursor, and then process that data into in begin block. That's what we will do.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
I think bit confusion today. I know that even the class is a little bit confusion. I know that, but when you go in, I mean, when if you go clearly, right? Clearly, I'm attribute by attribute. You go there, you can understand it.
Yeah, like suddenly the loop came, and then I was like, loops, how come loops came? Because without we haven't practiced for the loops, right? So that's why I was like confused, like, so cursor always come with the loops or it comes without the loops? So if it is necessary, then it's okay. So like, those kind of steps I really confused.
Correct. I know that. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, we'll work on that. Don't worry about it. Anything else, guys? Okay, let's stop here.
Tomorrow we're going to go more details on this.
Sorry?
We're going to have more examples on this because I was lost too.
No worries. We can detailed discussion. We can understand it. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Take care. Have a good night.